Will be answered here in the next 20 minutes of time as we do have AG on the blacklist and SV on the global risk.
Let's get into it, folks. Let's see. As you can tell, the first round already live and begun. All Gamers is going to start out on the attacking side this time. Super Valiant will be on defense.
And 9. My eyes are all on him. We can see the middle control kind of similar, kind of reminiscent to Golden 5, though they've actually only committed 2 players there. 2 players over towards A with a quick rotate out of N9 if they do need him. And I'm worried, All Gamers, if they continue to go that same strategy of let's just take control of the middle, I mean, might be the general strategy of the map, but they might have to change something because they're down in the series and they cannot afford to lose anymore and need to start picking up some rounds because they've had so many unanswered back-to-back within the last map.
Well, in the meanwhile, for a pixel-perfect angle, if you can find it. Not necessarily going to be able to edge anything out this early, though, as we won't see Super Valiant try to play too aggressively besides holding the positions in main mid.
At least they do have TMQ to watch for potential flank. Trying to catch him being too aggressive. 18 just completely flash banged up, has nowhere to go.
Just rolled up on him.
Well, they get the man advantage, but we've seen in the past that even the man advantage isn't going to be enough for them to win the round. As long as N9's still alive. Seems like they haven't really figured out necessarily where they want to go. They have the middle control, they still have some time to work with, but they're looking for a pick somewhere else. There's only one player to defend the B site, Super Valiant. And they're a little bit hesitant to go in through these doors, go for the chase. N9 going to lose the battle this time. But he was able to get one at least, and DBQ, there you go, gets the second. What a turnaround out of DBQ!
What a madman! That third kill, the spray transfer, absolutely insane. That's going to be one we'll have to look at later on for sure. But once again, the hero plays from Super Valiant. We were talking about how N9 was going to do it, Dalbao Q, but a very quiet first game, to be fair. Stunts the entire remaining AG roster to continue the dominance from Super Valiant.
Again, All Gamers had the man advantage, and again, they lost the round. But to be fair to them, I'll let this one slide because you can't expect a triple kill like that. And like practically the 180 spray down through with smoke to come through. But this does worry me for them. They've been really quiet. And Super Valiant is becoming stronger and stronger as the series goes on.
Well, once again, a very quiet start to the round. All Gamers. That same thing that we saw when they were playing against Golden 5, just kind of stacking outside main mid. It's been smoked out, of course. They do have to wait for these smokes to expire. But not much attempt to take map control besides that. It looks like they're going to send a few players down into water. Try and vie for it here as well. Besides that, not a whole lot of action potentially brewing across the map. It's very, very quiet here right now, as you might expect at the beginning. But only a minute left, so we are going to have to see them start pushing either from water or in that mid position very, very soon.
It's fine because we talked about, or it's funny because we talked about in the last series that compared to other FPSs, this one plays a lot quicker. And then we don't know why they're not playing a lot slower, but we're seeing it now definitely. A series load 18 going for the peak in towards water. They get actually some favorable damage traded. No kills picked up. 50 seconds left to go. I think AG need to rethink their strategy here.
45 seconds remaining. Still no action from AG. They've just taken a lot of heat and trying to push all these angles here. Nades are still, aplenty here. They've got quite a few smokes, HE grenades to try and chuck out against their opponents. So still with a possibility to make this work. 70 kg. Work on the rest of the team. They are going to leap right into mid. I mean, Super Valiant didn't really have much of a reason to hold the mid anymore, considering how little time is left. They're going to route through it, though. Try to swing onto the B site. It's going to be a mixed affair. 70 kg thankfully making his way in, but again, still evenly traded at the end of the day. Yes, they'll get site control, but they don't have a man advantage to play off with Anke with the next pickup here. Brings it down to only one left.
He needed the plant. He dropped the C4. It's going to be all in the hands of ZQ. He's got to pick this up, but it's going to be so tough to do so when 2 players' eyes trailed right back on it. And there you go again, Super Valiant. What was 70 kg doing? I know he wanted to assist his team, but he drops the bomb, the perfect position for SV just to sit and wait.
Sometimes you just can't go for a plant in this game, unfortunately. Sometimes it's just too much of a risk when you have enemies close by. You can't remove that man from the flight for the 3 to 4 seconds needed in order to get it onto the ground, and that was one of those situations, I think, and 70 kg made a judgment call. If it was the right one, we'll unfortunately never know. But they do end up dropping that round, and Super Valiant move ahead at 2-0.
How weird would it be if we saw Super Valiant pull off a 10-0?
Well, now you've jinxed it, so.
Okay, how would it be if they didn't pull off a 10-0?
I guess that counters it.
This is it, Blue. But they're playing
that.
fantastic. They really are. I mean, you look at what just happened. DBQ pulled off a clutch. Like, great game sense just to keep their composure of, all right, we have the C4 down. Let's just camp it. It's 2v1. TMQ's not left alive to pull off a 1v3 clutch against us, so. Oh. Ooh, what? Okay.
18 with a nice spot.
What?
And 9 showing up as well. LXM's going to try to change his team's luck a little bit here as he trades one back, but it's only the first kill they've found in this round. Still a 4v3 advantage at the moment of Super Valiant. And also not a whole lot of progress in map control either here for AG. They've got mid, but not really any safe passage or transition onto either side at this point.
At least they're sticking together. C4 is down, that's the problem though. But I don't believe Super Valiant know about this. TMQ going to be leading the push potentially in towards A spots. No one looking in their direction. He's on the hunt, it seems. I think he's tired of losing rounds. He's not going to have anyone to find really anytime soon. With how far back 18 sitting, Emzin's going to get one onto LXM as he's trying to cross. C4 is going to be picked up. So at least have this. They have that going for them. However, time is running out, and they only have 2 players left alive.
Yeah, no real way to bargain for them to get B control is going to be the problem. They've got to fight for every inch of this map from this point forward, and they, 30 seconds left. They don't have the time to do that. Flashed out. Super Valiant could have gotten a lot more aggressive there if they chose to, but no. Continue to hold back. All gamers are going to continue to guess about the best path to take as a result of this one. It's back over to main mid now. They'll route this into A. They're finally committed to a site. It's a good flash to the back corner. And, got to find Unke though. And Unke didn't realize TMQ had jumped up on the triple stack right there. So ZQ going to try to run back, but Dabao Q picks up both of the final kills. And that's going to be Super Valiant continuing their streak. This is now, if memory serves me correctly, coming off the last map, like 8 rounds in a row for them.
I don't remember them having so many people on their side of the arena in the seats. And Augury is looking a little bit light now for some reason.
Like we said, bandwagoners.
Well, 3-0 now for them. And they're looking, I mean, they're not looking unbeatable, but they're looking pretty close to it here. Like, winning situations they shouldn't with men down.
AG needs a reboot right now. They need to try something different.
I were calling them robots for a second. I'm like, wait,
no.
what?
Not in the literal sense. They need some way to reboot themselves into this matchup here. Is this tepid, like, kind of sit outside of mid and, will they, won't they push in?
Yeah.
It's not really working for them.
Maybe give Water a push, because clearly mid's not working for them. Look at N9, the confidence.
Yeah, I mean, SV is just going to get hyper-aggressive. And this may finally be where AG can actually turn it around, and we see that, a 4v3, just because of the fact that Super Valiant is starting to take fights that maybe they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Super Valiant's been winning primarily because of how passive they've been playing, so.
Maybe the taste of victory is getting to them. Just ever in their grasp.
They're still safe in the knowledge that they're like, all right, guys, a little aggressive there. Just pull it back. And that will probably start working for them again. Because we've been given no reason to believe otherwise at this point. So.
Yeah. DQ trying to go for a shot there.
Man, they are still getting aggressive. Look at this.
Yeah, 3 players in mid. And,
No
well,
way.
what do you have? N9 do things like that. They can afford to. 3 on 2. Now they should definitely get passive here. Keep this man advantage. N9 looking for another shot. Gonna push around the corner spots. LXM gets it! That's his 3rd of the round. And TMQ gets 2. We're down to a 1-on-1. The problem is TMQ has 10 HP and Anke, well, he's got more than that.
He's also still has to fall back to retrieve the C4. They left it outside of main mid. He's going to work his way over. While this was going on, though, Anke rotated into a main mid position. He might be able to just catch TMQ right here. He's not checking for it at all. 30 seconds remaining. Check to your left, my man. Find him. There you go. Anke picks up that last kill. And Super Valiant somehow rally back from the 3v4 disadvantage and put them in 4-0 overall gamers here. 6 rounds away from the championship.
I almost wanted to see him knife him. Like, that would have been the ultimate, like, what's up?
They didn't see each other for a few seconds there. So.
Yeah. Well, middle. We talked about this sitting outside mid and will they, won't they. 70kg says, well, I'm just going to take the fight into my own hands. Pushes up. Tries to take control himself. See if he gets Emzin. It looks like they've been able to tag each other. 70kg is pretty much left to himself, though, has nowhere to go. He gets shot through the box.
No support.
Directly into the head. I mean, how do you support that, though? You put a smoke down, but they know he's behind the box. That's kind of, I guess he could put himself in a really bad position. Maybe some frustration being shown out of the side of all gamers. Because everything they've done is not working.
ZQ at least traded this back, so they're not out of the fray just yet. They've been able to trade it back down into another even situation. The rest of AG, meanwhile, going to start pushing themselves forward. Oh, but N9 just barely going to be able to clip Uo off before he gets to safety on the other side of that mid-cross. Emzin going to start falling back as well. To be fair, though, AG keeping themselves in this. TMQ finds a second trade now for AG. They've got a potential path open up. Emzin needs to start hitting some of these shots if he's going to prevent the play into A.
Oh yeah, he needs to stay alive as well, I feel like, because he's the only one to defend on the B side. He has another angle that he can offer to attack from, but the push will be coming towards A. You can see all 3 players out of AG pushing in. Anke in the shack. Will it be a party shack or not? Let's see. Well, they now know exactly where he is, and it's not going to be a party shack, at least not for him. This does get wiped out, and Emzen going to be left alone with 9 HP in a dream.
Not a whole lot of room for him to clutch this out, unfortunately, especially not with an AWM. He's going to try to work his way forward here, hoping someone makes a mistake and he can punish it, but I don't think it's happened in AG. This is the first real chance they've had to win around, and basically the entire map, well, literally the entire map. It would be very unwise for them to play this out. Takes a pot shot. Not going to be on anyone, obviously. And eventually ZQ swings out once he knows he's in the open, finishes the job, and finally, we've got all gamers on the board at 4-1.
Yeah, but still, they don't look that excited about it. They're not sitting up out of their chairs. They're not cheering for themselves. One round, they stopped the rot, right? They've been finally able to get a round on the board after, what, 9?
Yep.
But 4-1 already. Can they do it again? I guess we're going to find out here, Blue.
Well, all gamers already changed up the plan, though. Here's the thing. It's odd they do it off of a win, but I'm not going to fault it too much just yet until we see how it plays out. They are trying to go for water pressure this time around. Smoke grenades to try and counter out some of the pressure as it works its way forward. And this is actually going to hold AG back for at least a few seconds, if not cause an outright change to the strategies. It looks like they are pulling back out of water now.
I mean, we saw with the water play, like, even if it was just 1 player, they had 3, unfortunately. Just the smoke and flash alone pulled 2 players towards it. So, like, why not use that to your advantage and, like, have 1 player throw a distraction and then everyone else pushes somewhere else at the same time? Because we've seen, like, every team so far, I feel like, over this tournament has been very quick to rotate.
AG is trying to do that, if memory serves me correctly, a few times. It just hasn't been through water. It's normally been, like, LXM or another player holding back, and if they would go for an execute, the rest of the team would go for an execute on B, and he would, like, throw a couple flashes into the A site. They haven't necessarily tried it near water yet, though, so.
Emzen still looking for a shot. Time. Still a lot left on the clock here. There's still a lot of utility left. If we compare the 2 teams, for all gamers, they're completely in the advantage. A lot of grenades, more importantly. But I don't think they've been able to be gifted. I've been able to fight for really the positions to use those nades accordingly.
Not a whole lot of action being taken here by AG. Same situation as a lot of other lost rounds, and they're just wasting too much time hoping that Super Valiant make a mistake. That may have worked against Golden 5. It's not going to work against Super Valiant. They got to make a move, and they got to make it soon. Here we go.
It's a big player going down N9 on the back of 4-lift, I believe, and TMQ would have helped push up as well. They were looking for this B-side push, potentially. At least they were for a second, as 70kg is going to back away immediately. DBQ going to see on the other side of the door, gets the first as the push in towards A is going to be happening. DBQ backs up, Anke left to himself in the shack, and eventually he will get a double. Can he get the third, though? It's ZQ trying to stay alive, trying to buy some time to C4's down. Emzen comes in, and Anke gets the ring around the Rosie. And they have to be so happy about that. 5-1 in favor of SV.
His 3rd kill on the round right there. Some great stuff from Anke to bring it back under his team's control after what looked like it was going to be a great execute from all gamers. Does end up happening, though. Super Valiant retake a 4-round lead. Overall gamers at 5-1 overall. 3 rounds left in this half before we switch.
8-5 for N9. It's nice to see that other people, though, are stepping up on his team so he doesn't have to be that clutch master for him. He doesn't have to be the mad fragger. I think 70kg, I mean, even though he's 3-6, we saw him kind of get fed up in the last couple of rounds in towards middle. He's just started to push up, and I guess he's getting tired and frustrated with just the waiting game that they've been doing, because out of all this, like, out of all the rounds we've seen them wait outside middle, like, nothing's really happened. Maybe they get a little bit aggressive and 70kg gets killed through a box, or maybe N9 gets a lucky shot, but nothing's really happening other than just wasting each other's utility. And speaking of wasting, quote-unquote, all gamers haven't used anything in this round.
Once again, just sitting back, hoping someone from Super Valiant makes a mistake or tries to over-push. It hasn't happened literally once in this entire match. Well, no, I'll take that back.
Once.
One
time.
But they still won the round.
Yep.
So, even after they were countered.
Looks like the water play won't happen again this time, though. Not been used for distraction.
Still a possibility that Team Q pushes it. Separated from the rest of the team right now. Right next to the water entryway. However, they are going to spot the potential flank being caught by Emzen. Once again over by that B entryway into main mid. They're not going to be able to take him out, however. He survives the encounter, only with about 10 or 20 HP knocked off of him. Now all gamers, they've moved into middle. Yes, they've gotten the control of this a little bit earlier on this time, but they need to once again find the one or two entry kills they need to push in, and they're going to use utility to do it instead. In they're going to move now, trying to swarm onto the site and overwhelm it. A 1-for-1 exchange is how this begins. Uo looking to try and find that second pick up as well, but N9 can't save his own life after he finds that second kill, and ZQ is spamming through the box. Catches 18. Finally, another round for All Gamers. They seem to be able to trade these out now.
I was really getting worried there with N9, though. Still alive on the site, getting the first two. Yeah, this is the start we need to see now out of AG. The question is it too late? Only 2 rounds left to go in this half. 8-5 for TMQ, 8-5 for ZQ. And, you know, it's funny. ZQ might be 8-5, but he's been quiet, which is weird to say when he's top fragging for his team or joint top fragging with TMQ. Used to seeing so many clutches out of him. We saw a hell of a lot of them when it came to their match versus Golden 5. We also said the same thing for Golden 5. If they could stop letting All Gamers clutch, then they could win the match. They could have been here today. Super Valiant seems to be better at preventing that star power that we know All Gamers have.
So it's once again going to be a bit of a waiting game at the beginning of the round here. Both teams trying to bide their time. Super Valiant, of course, just hoping that All Gamers walk into their setup. And All Gamers hoping that Super Valiant get quite aggressive. All Gamers, after some delay, have actually pulled their players back. There was another smoke that got plopped down in front of them before they were even able to push their way into mid. That'll be expiring in just a few seconds. So it's likely we'll see them re-aggress here relatively soon. But Super Valiant still holding, still waiting this down, and keeping a large setup focused on A, with one player holding in mid, and once again having 18 this time instead of Emzen, as he hasn't had the best luck, to be fair, putting 18 on the B main mid entry.
I am kind of curious, though, that we've seen Super Valiant now give up middle completely. Like the last few rounds, they just said, okay, you can take middle. We're just going to stall for a little bit in time. We've not seen them be as aggressive, getting N9 pushed up behind a box or something like that. With 40 seconds left to go, I mean, it's still taken All Gamers a long time to get this control, even though it's been gifted to them. They just don't know that yet. They have ZQ flanking around from the side towards A. Flashes, smokes, kitchen sink, everything being thrown at Emzen. Just charges straight to the door for the first frag. 18 as well, watching for a potential flank around. And Anke gets one.
It's going to be, that's Super Valiant with great control over this one. All Gamers, unfortunately, just running into a wall this time around. Is once again, the traded frag goes back into the favor of traded round, goes back into the favor of Super Valiant. 6-2 in their favor as we head into the final round of the half.
It seemed to go all the way of SV here, Blue. And we need to see All Gamers have some sort of response to this. I mean, trading rounds at this point doesn't seem to matter too much. With the giant lead that Super Valiant do have. $80,000. Just an arm's length away.
Yeah, and it really seems likely that Super Valiant are going to be able to kind of carve their way through this, unless there's some major issues on their blacklist side of this map that we just haven't been able to see much of.
I find it hard to imagine, with the way they've been playing. I find it hard to imagine their blacklist is going to be that bad.
Especially with the blacklist performance they already had on the first map. And N9's performance on that map specifically. I'm finding it hard to believe as well. We'll have to wait and see. It's just one more round away here.
Again, I mean, we can see the minimap, and there's just like this straight line where no one's currently at. It's in middle. Like, All Gamers, if they just walked up, they would have full control. Again, they don't know this, obviously, but they're investing, hopefully, not too much more utility to, quote-unquote, take this position. I kind of like how the SV are, changing things up, forcing All Gamers to push into the sites. In the last few seconds, the thing is, if All Gamers pushed in mid earlier on, they would have, over a minute and 30 seconds of time to play with. But because they're taking so long to actually grasp this, they're down to 40, 30 seconds to make that actual push into a site happen, so things get really hectic. Get really chaotic. And look at this, we actually have a flank coming in from behind. DBQ, he says he's had enough. He's pushed through water, he's flanking around behind them. And he could play a massive spoiler here in middle if he can just get these kills. If he's careful about this, we could see SV taking a 7-2 lead.
They end up lining up the execute. Now he's going to get right up, however. There's still a way that this could not go well for him. He only ends up going 1-for-1, but it does slow things down at a minimum for All Gamers, which is really all he needed to do. The C4 is now detached from the rest of the execute. If they can pinch them here at B entry, that's a great way to shut this down. In fact, 18 might just do it all on his own. No, only a double. Excuse me, only a single as N9 picked up an additional kill too. After all the dust settles, it goes down to a 2v2. LXM with the frag against N9. So now it's Anke versus the two remaining players for All Gamers, LXM and ZQ. ready and able to fight on that B site. Okay, in the meanwhile, looking for his path to work back in. They know he's pushed forward. They know he's not going to take the back lane. Tries to jump, does find that first kill, but LXM is there a second later to trade it. There is some life still out of all gamers here as they do find a third round, but ultimately, Super Valiant has a massive lead at 6-3.
Yeah, and that is a phenomenal lead for them if they can continue this pace as they move over to the Blacklist side. But all gamers looking to push it to a third and final map. We'll be going over to Black Widow if it does happen. I think all gamers side being a little bit quiet here. I think they need to hear their crowd chant for them to really get back into this. But N9, quote unquote, quiet in the last few rounds. I am curious why Super Valiant decided to change things up by giving up that middle control, because that was working so well for them. They had a phenomenal start. It was like 4-0 before we saw all gamers take their first round. And then they started giving up that middle control. That's where all gamers started to take more and more rounds. And here we go, loading into our second half of our second map. All gamers need to claw back 7 rounds here to take it to a third. Only 4 left to go here for Super Valiant to take home the title.
Guys, let's get into it. Super Valiant splitting their players up at the beginning of the round, they're at least trying to kind of prep for an aggressive push from all gamers, thinking they were going to swing along the back lane and A. Didn't really get it though, but they do have aggressive control in middle, so it's not as easy of a clear. It's not the walk-in that AG had for the last quarter of the match here.
Yeah, no mid-presence really at all for Super Valiant. Send a couple players up aggressively towards A, send one over towards water, look for a flank. They're actually playing a much different style than their opponents on the Blacklist side, but I would imagine we're going to be seeing it come down to middle anyways. Just a matter of time. 2 players currently sitting. It's going to be LXM and O. Even TMQ helping watch from the doors as well. That nade could do some serious work. Not too much on 18.
Very quiet across the map right now. Ending up in that very same map formation that even AG had locked themselves into. Anke is going to try to push on his own. It doesn't really work out. They get some good damage done, but ultimately it's just a double kill for all gamers. Uo and LXM finding both of those frags. No one else really wants to test the waters here. They've already lost too much manpower trying to push through this smoke. But ultimately, they're being locked into it regardless. The 2-man setup, the C4, has also been lost amongst the chaos too, but there you go. N9 and Daobao Q trade it back out. Emzen gets a third, but ZQ trades it back, so we're even. After everything is said and done, oh, never mind. Now it's all on N9, and he's going to fall quickly as well. 70 kg with a great double at the end. Solidifies things for all gamers as they'll get started the first round.
Pushing through the smokes like that, losing the C4, giving up all the control to all gamers. Puts them up to 4, 2 rounds away from tying things up in this map. And we're tying things up in this series. We see big push towards A, actually. I kind of like this. I've never seen this happen too often.
I'm going to lead the charge for these guys. ZQ would probably be the first player he'd end up going up against. TMQ also waiting close by in mid in the meanwhile. So it's looking like Emzen's going to take the heat there first, try to act as a distraction, but in the meantime, look at this. The entire team swarming into the site. Is it going to work, though? It's only a 1-for-1 trade so far. Daobao finding the next one. 18 able to leverage pressure to get 70 kg out and away from the door. That should give them the room they need for a plant now, and there it is.
Oh, wow, some big kills coming through. 70 kg's wondering where did all of his teammates go. It's almost certainly should be around for SB, especially with the span through the door, and there you go, 18 gets it. Super Valiant get themselves 1 round closer from closing out the series.
Flag bearer trying to get everybody excited for this one as well as they're getting very, very close. Super Valiant just 3 rounds away from the championship now. All gamers chasing it. So they're 6 away themselves.
I really like that play too. That's not been done the entire map so far.
That's the first time we've seen something that aggressive on Mexico.
Yeah. Even thinking back to the Golden 5 match as well. I almost want to see the same thing, but with water now. You know, maybe not this round, but maybe next. Catch them off guard, because you don't need to win that many rounds to close this out. You still technically have a map to give.
I think the only problem with water, and like to be fair, at CFS it was used a lot more. So I think there's been a bit of a meta shift between CFS and now, as it does appear as though water, at least with the usual setup that both AG and SV has been going for, that they're in right now, it seems like it's very easy to pinch a water push and prevent it from having much success. So that I think that's why we're not seeing a whole lot of teams on Blacklist side try to use it as much, just because it is a pretty huge risk to try and push your entire team through there.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like middle control will be gifted over to Super Valiant if they want to take it. You're going to see one player there. It's going to be 70 kg. He's going to be tucked away behind the boxes looking for a shot. And closer to that 1 minute mark here. Super Valiant still have a lot of utility left to use. And Emzen takes down 70 kg. That was actually, I think, through a smoker for a second before the smoke did plume. Now he's looking for the forklift. He wants more kills.
It's catch from Uo, but it's traded by Emzen a moment later on that AWM. He's probably going to be the destination here now. N9 able to take out TMQ, who was the first point of contact on this site. Emzen is watching for a flank, but he's also trying to catch the forklift player. No, perfect timing from LXM on this one too. ZQ finds Emzen, prevents the kill against him, and LXM catches Anke, who was supposed to be the backup to trade that kill. We're down into a 2v2 now. No plant just yet either here.
And Nine's at the C4, he can run away. It actually was down over towards spawn. He's actually head back towards the B site. Now if you're DBQ, you need to stay alive. He's trying to catch for the rotate, and he catches ZQ, but he's going to fall. Now they know where the last player is going to be. It's LXM up against N9. 35 seconds to go here as well.
Light goes down, but LXM going to route through the A site first. Trying to work his way in through main from the looks of it. N9 moving around a lot, trying to take that ammo case angle, but he's not able to find it so easily. Shifts back to it. LXM caught it, but it doesn't matter. N9, with a one tap from him, puts another round on the board from Super Valiant. 2 to go.
This man's earned his salary today. He's earned his prize money today. Amount of times he's been able to help win these rounds for him and his team. 8 rounds. 2 left to win out of the remaining 6 to close out the series, to close out the grand finals of WCG 2019. 70 kg, I think there's definitely some frustration. Changed up his angle yet again. Spots on N9 on the cross, but not able to hit the shot. A big stack as well towards A. 4 players, which means they've given up full middle control, but obviously Super Valiant doesn't know about this. Emzen takes down 70 kg for a second round in a row, Blue.
5v4 situation that Super Valiant's going to look to build off of here. Still holding in that static main mid position, though. Haven't felt the confidence to push through it just yet due to the smoke setups that are pretty much constantly here. Chucked in from AG. They're going to swing through that, though, and of course they'll find that it's wide open for the taking. Now they're going to chain it through over into B. There's a resist. Oh, great flash assist coming in there, but TMQ thought he was going to be able to get more. No, immediately gets traded out. One more player sitting on the backside. He'll be dealt with by 18 as well. It's LXM that goes down. Now we sit in a 4v2. It's only the 8 players left rotating back in.
They only did that with like 3 players. They currently have DBQ completely behind in towards middle. They have Emzen as well in towards mid. Like they did that, execute with men down, and we're still able to pull it off just based off aim battles. And we're going to be seeing and ZQ coming in from spawn, wrapping around in towards site. 18's gonna miss his shots, but won't. ZQ's there to back him up as well. Em's gonna try to buy some time, so the reinforcements gonna get there, and DBQ closes it out. And that's 9 rounds now for Super Valiant. 1 more to close out the entire match.
1 more round is all they need, and the championship will be theirs. Super Valiant Gaming right on the cusp of winning their first WCG since 2013.
Maybe it's Emzen?
Might be, actually. That chant, anyway. Sounds like Emzen.
He got the entry on the 70 kg 2 rounds in a row. 70's got to be very comfortable. He's actually switched away for the AWM, by the way. So he's not fair in that trade anymore. He's going to give up that control. Emzen's going to be looking over towards water. Looking to do what he's done in the past. There's not going to be anyone there to contest with.
To be fair, Emzen was also having troubles with his AWM back on his Global Risk side, so it just seems like Global Risk is not playing too well into the AWM right now. But Emzen, unfortunately, is going to get a fist full of grenade right there. He'll lose about 20 or 30 HP at the beginning of the round as a result of it.
Mexico is one of like the hardest maps to use AWM on, so surprised to see him consistently using it here. But it's been working out. 70 kg might have another surprise coming his way. It's going to be DBQ, though. Not Emzen this time. Now B's left very low, very susceptible. Big kill by LXM to help stop the pressure, though. So we're back to a 4-on-4. Oh, N9. Don't tell me he's going to pull off the delayed flank.
Very quiet across the map. The problem is, though, if he does try to go for this push inside of the A site, yeah, there's too much pressure in mid for his teammates to work with. They really need his support to go for the main mid push right now, so he's going to peel back and regroup with the main push that's going to be happening here over the next few seconds, I would guess.
And it looked like all gamers wanted to get aggressive there with the flashbang that came through. I guess the counter punch enough to hold them back. TMQ comes through the smoke into his death. N9 gets Owu. And just like that, it's down to a 3-on-2. I think ZQ was spotted. But he's still alive for now. And XM, this is a risky play to push through. He sees the barrel out of Emzen. The spot of N9 as well, gets the spray down, but doesn't get the kill.
8 seconds left here. Oh, a nice snipe from Emzen. Catches LXM, and ZQ also going down as well. That's gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen, as we end up seeing Super Valiant Gaming take control. That means that they're gonna be coming out on top. WCG 2019 here. The trophy should be theirs.
Not only the trophy, Blue, but $80,000 richer as well. I think all gamers can still be happy though. They take home 40 grand, and they got to meet their brother and team in the finals. What a way to end things off. Just signing, making sure that they guarantee, yes, that was the score. Yes, we did win.
Gotta take care of the paperwork first.
Yeah, give me my money.
So a massive congratulations to Super Valiant Gaming, who's looked nearly flawless this entire tournament so far. What a run from them. Few bumps all along the way, of course, in the group stage, but they still prove their worth by far, especially in this best of 3, as a superior Chinese team, and at the moment anyway, the top Crossfire team in the world.
Well, Blue, they lost to them in the Chinese regional qualifiers 1-0. And they went on to beat them 3 maps straight here in WCG. Some big hugs coming in. Obviously very happy for both the two teams. And it was an exciting match. Yeah, it was 10-4 both maps, but we saw so many great plays. N9, I think for me, crowded himself as one of the best players in Crossfire, if not in China, but if in the world. And now, going into future events, they're going to be the team to beat. It was Black Dragons before this event, and now it's Super Valiant.
Super Valiant claiming the crown once more. China overall reclaiming the crown for this event. Needed to make up for CFS 2018, where we saw for the first time ever no Chinese team in the final. This time it's gone back to Chinese dominance as both teams make it. And ultimately Super Valiant Gaming reigns supreme. Take the championship, the trophy, and the $80,000 US that comes along with it.
What a way to do it as well, in front of your home crowd. You heard everyone cheering and rooting them on, having their fans here. Maybe they're gonna have a super fan now. Someone to support them, get a bullhorn, that's all you need sometimes. Get the entire audience rallied around you, but a big appreciation out of them towards the fans, and a lot of people taking pictures as well, obviously, of the kings, the champions of Crossfire. But they're not done just yet. They got more work ahead of them. They got Crossfire Stars coming up later on this year. They want to take home the title there as well, and the big prize pool, that's to be seen. But Blue, we're not done just yet with all of our Crossfire action. We still have another match come up for 3rd place. That won't be done here on the main stage. It'll be done on the tournament stream by Lethal and Kyle. That'll be Pacific Mac up against Golden 5 to see who can take home some prize money. 20 grand for 3rd and 0 for 4th.
Pretty harsh cutoff, so it's still going to be an interesting match to watch. Be sure to check that one out as well, folks. As you can bet, those teams are going to be fighting hard with that much money on the line compared to the fat 0 that is rewarded for a loss there.
I think what's also important about this tournament was the fact that China brought it back home. The reigning champion was taken to Brazil from last year at Crossfire Stars 2018, and we talked to Kyle, and he mentioned so many times that China was practicing and grinding to make sure to take it back in their own hands when they have the opportunity. They've been able to do it here live in Xi'an, China. Great games, actually. It was the first time for me casting Crossfire in a long time, but been pleasantly surprised. I mean, we had so many great plays, so many great clutches. ZQ's 1v3 and TMQ's 1v3. They've all had 1v3s, I feel like, for the team of all gamers. Amazing plays.
Really crazy first map because we had like 3-4 rounds in a row that were essentially decided by someone going off with a multi-frag. Yeah. So we had like a really nice like frag spree on our first map, and then we really got to test both of the teams strategy-wise here on Mexico as well.
And then 9, you just basically said, Ankara, that B side, it's mine. Like that little
little half wall.
Yeah, he just jumps over, headshot, pop back down. Jump over, headshot, pop back down.
I'll just take
time and time again.
I'll just take like 3 double kills in a row.
Can we get like a spray or something ingrained in the map there for him?
Yeah.
I feel like he deserves it after that.
You can start doing that in Crossfire maps.
Yeah, it'd be great. Because, I mean, we've seen, again, like so many amazing plays. Emzen, I feel like he got a lot of energy going within his team with the double snipes. He was able to get on a 70 kg, able to win the snipe battle on a map. You typically don't see the AWM that much. I saw them finally change up some strategies. Instead of all gamers sitting outside mid, waiting the entire time, they got aggressive over towards A in the first round, caught them completely off guard, and really got the momentum going back in their hands.
Yeah, so some great stuff once again by Super Valiant Gaming to close out here. N9 having himself a great match. Really a lot of the team having their moments over these last two maps, and I think truly earning both the winner's purse of 80,000 USD and the trophy that was sitting on the stage behind us there.
I'm excited to see now who comes up for Crossfire Stars 2019. Who's going to rise to the occasion? Who's going to have a chance to take down the champions now? Because I feel like all the teams out there are going to be grinding away now for that position, especially like Black Dragons, as they had the title before but then lost it here. I feel like they're going to come back with a vengeance to CFS 19. I feel like a lot of teams are going to be coming back with a vengeance, looking to do better than they previously did here.
And you can see, of course, the players just grouping up with some of their fans down there as well. The congratulatory moment as they're
is crowd surfing
a
thing in China?
I don't think so.
I think that would be amazing to see. I would love to crowd surf.
But
I just don't know if you can lift me, or if you have enough people to like hold up my lanky body.
Don't know. We might not want to test that here, but
probably not. No. We'll
have to look into that in the future.
Maybe in Sweden, where everyone's like got a 6-pack and is like super strong to hold me up.
Maybe.
So we also have obviously some other games coming up today. The funny thing is, this is Saturday. WCG's not even done just yet. This is just the end of Crossfire. But we still have, you have Dota 2, you have Hearthstones, I think Honor of Kings is still happening tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I could be.
I think most games are still going on.
Yeah, most games are still going on. And there's a lot out there to watch. Clash Royale as well. There's still a plethora of games. You guys are obviously in the vicinity. You should definitely swing by, get a ticket, come on in, come and see what the venue has to offer. There's some opera singers as well we saw. I don't know if they're opera singers, but they could be.
Over at the Samsung booth.
Good. Yeah, over the Samsung booths. Good stuff. And then, of course, the tournament stage, you can play some games. We have actually some VR finals happening as well of a couple of different games. I think Final Assault. Yeah, Final Assault. I wasn't sure 100% about the title. But also, we also saw like some crazy, like, you gear yourself up with these sensors and you, like, it's BattleBot. It's like real steel.
Yeah, that
but
movie
in real
with Hugh
life.
Jackman.
It looked amazing. I think we should actually go try that maybe tomorrow. Come in for it.
I don't know. Is it like a thing we could just walk up and try?
I'm sure we could swing it.
We'll have to see.
I mean,
we'll ask someone.
You're blue. Of course we can swing it. Everyone knows you.
Yeah, of course. You keep saying this.
Your hair looks amazing today, by the way.
You keep saying this too. You keep saying a lot of
Do you
things.
want to just be mean? I'm saying nice things at least.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you can say something nice back about me eventually, like one day.
Your hair looks good too.
It does actually, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm just not good at small talk ultimately.
What's up? I've learned that. But no, it's actually a great little event. It's been great to see, these teams playing head to head. I always love like the international events where you get like teams from every region of the world playing up against each other, because that's when you see like the meta adapt and people start to really shine. When you have teams playing like one closed region over and over again, it becomes kind of stale. And when you have to play, and I think again for me, one of the most important aspects about esports is like adapting. That's one of the best things you can have on a team when playing by yourself. And when you have to play against regions you're not necessarily used to playing, because it takes like a year at a time practically for Crossfire Stars, maybe a couple of smaller tournaments here or there. You really have to challenge yourself to adapt. And a game like Crossfire, when you don't have a lot of time between rounds, that's even more difficult to do.
Yeah, it's also where you see a lot more surprises showing up as well.
True.
This is where teams can, like you were mentioning, can bring out like a lot of new strategies and stuff like that. And that's where you get some really cool moments. We've had that in the past, a lot of other games too. You always end up with these big surprises, these big crazy strats.
Still hear like a super fan down there.
They gotta celebrate now, right?
I think like the All Gamer super fan switched over to Super Valiant now.
She switched allegiances.
She's got to come up with like a chant though to say.
Team switch.
Yeah. What was the term we used last night?
What was it?
Clout Seeker?
Yeah, Cloud Seeker. I'm the Cloud Inspector.
Dr. Cloud Inspector. Here at your service.
Available for all your clout investigating needs.
I actually might hire you after this. What's your going rate? Is it similar to your event rate? Because I don't want to pay 175 grand.
Once again, the number just continues to rise here. I don't know.
At least it didn't hit a million like we thought it would be.
It's a crazy plant.
It's like, what's going on down there? Oh, wow. Oh, there's actually, okay, you guys can't see it, but like here, it's an entire fan group. Oh, yeah, so it is a super fan there. She's like getting them all to take a picture. You know what I'll do? Okay. You guys follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/jkaplan. I'll post this picture for you guys. Just make sure to follow on my Samsung.
So you get
phone.
the context, right?
Yeah, so you get the context. Because you guys can't see it, but we can see it.
Yeah, it's because it's below us, because we're high up right now.
Yeah. Well, this is how I always feel.
That's not nice.
If you look at day one's cast, if you look at day one's cast, you see me, like, my chair's all the way down. Blue can't raise his chair anymore, unfortunately, at the moment. Not due to the chair limitations, because we love DX Racer, but due to the desk limitations.
Yeah.
But luckily for us, as that music has come in, it means we're finally wrapping up the show, because I didn't know what to talk about anymore, Blue. That story was going to get very awkward, but I've appreciated you being here. It's been great to see you again.
Great to see you as well, Jason.
Oh, thank you. He's so nice. He's sweet.